which he took an oath on, the governor, then from the governor, you're dealing with the Supreme Court, you're dealing with the Constitution. Nutter can't pass. He can pass resolutions, which is not law, and ordinances is not law. Neither one of those things are laws. That's the only thing that Nutter can do. And he can only pass it, any city can only pass those things pertaining to the municipalities. So now, if you're saying you live within a municipality, you live in the city of Philadelphia or in the city of wherever you at, you're subject to the rules, regulations of the ordinances. But people know the difference. They say the city of what? Well, I don't live in the city of Philadelphia. I live in Philadelphia County. Which one? So why is this here? It don't say city of Philadelphia, do it? It says Philadelphia County, doesn't it? So what's the difference between the two? See? So they have to coincide with what the state says. So there's a difference between the city of Philadelphia and Philadelphia County. Two differences. So even this, and this is from,
one is a corporation.
Exactly. This is the procedures of sales of a motor vehicle. And this is what they do right here. They talk, a notice shall be sent to regular mail with a certificate of mailing and also by certified mail return request before they sell your car. This is what they do. And they quoting right here 6309 and 6309.1. So I showed you the two, 6309 and 6309.2. This joint general court regulation set for procedures to the following of implementing of section 6309 and 6309.1 to certify the rights and responsibilities of various parties involved in the impoundment process, which may lead to the sale of impoundment of a motor vehicle and the transfer of the same title. It's right here. It's a procedure they go to. So now, they're supposed to immobilize the vehicle, have a hearing, and then they come back, and then they're supposed to take the car. So what they're doing, they're automatically taking the car, holding the car for ransom, and making you pay ransom to get your car out. They're the ones that's in total violation of this, not you. There are people feeling guilty. Oh man, I gotta go down there. I'll be like, yo, y'all don't get it. Buy some books, man. Spend some money on these books. You know, this book is about $60. You can save yourself probably $200 or $300 if you bought the book and just put your head in the book and it's better. Wait a minute, and stir up so much inside these courtrooms. You can literally, it's more that we used to walk in there with their books. I didn't put so many people onto the book. Say, let's buy the book, no matter what state you in. You're in New York, buy the motor vehicle law book in New York.
And where you can get the book from?
Gold's Publishing. I think they changed the names. Gold's Publishing is Gould though, the way they spell it. But this one is from 2002. They don't change. The books don't change. I believe it's this year. I think it's yellow, if I ain't mistaken. But it don't change. The section is still there. You can even go on the internet and find it. You know, you can go on the internet and look up 6309 Pennsylvania Motor Vehicle Law, Title 75. You can go through all these, these things to say, wait a minute, what are they doing? What do they mean by lien to a car? What do they mean by the registration to the car? Depositing waste on the highway. Wait a minute, that don't make sense.
Explain to everybody what you were talking about again with the two. Which one is the corporation? And
the city of Philadelphia.
And,
you got the city of Philadelphia and Philadelphia County, which is two different. The Philadelphia County is ancient. The city of is a corporation. City is a corporation. So when you start dealing in the law dictionary, it talks about the cities being municipalities, which is corporations. That's why you have municipal police, the municipal trash trucks. If you look at their tags on their car, it all says municipalities on the back of them. It's like it's a city within inside of a city. It's like it's a state within inside of a state. But one is basically a corporation. That's why you hear them say Pennsylvania State Police and State of Pennsylvania. You're talking about two different people. So, do you live in the city of Philadelphia or do you live in Philadelphia County? So, if I live in Philadelphia County, which is the ancient, how could the city of Philadelphia have jurisdiction over me unless I contracted some kind of way with the city of Philadelphia? So now I'm subject to the rules, regulations, and statutes of the city of Philadelphia, but I don't work for them.
How did they contract into that?
Signing anything from the registration card to saying, I could put a paper in front of you and say, do you live in the city of Philadelphia? And somebody will put down there, yeah, I live in the city of Philadelphia. We're signing. And then they shoot it out. So now you're subject to everything that Nutter's putting out.
And once you sign it, that's a contract.
It's a contract. Because now it's two types of signatures on that paper.
And then the contract becomes law.
Exactly. It's not really law, but they can't get involved in you signing that because it was voluntarily. That's why they say ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Well, so you agreed to it once you signed.
Exactly. You agreed to it. So now once you agree, they can't argue with you. You know, what you're arguing for. But nobody's really teaching people like what it really means. Like, what do they really mean by, you know, City of Philadelphia? What do they really mean by Philadelphia County? You know, how could they take my property without due process? Again, we don't claim it. We're not putting liens against who it is. So now, what it is that when we was younger, they say, I can turn 18, I can get a driver's license. Oh shoot, no problem. They get you while you're young. I can get a driver's, and nobody questions what a license is at all. That most people don't even know these cases exist because they are away from the public. You know what I mean? For it's mad cases that said that you have a right to travel. You didn't need the driver's license. Nobody teaching the people the fundamental principles of what a driver's license is. You know, the driver's license is a privilege. So it's like it's something that's granted to somebody. Yeah. Well, in law, the language is very different in law compared to Webster's. It's not really that much of a difference, though. It's not that much of a difference. If you look up license, probably in Webster's, it's going to almost say the same thing in law. But this is driver taken from Black's Law Dictionary too. Now listen to this. It says a driver is one who's employed in conducting and operating a coach, carriage, or wagon, or other vehicle, or horses, or mules, or other animals, or bicycle, tricycle, or motor car, though not a street railroad car. A person actually doing driving, rather employed or by to drive or driving his own vehicle. What do they mean by that? If I was a hack or a person that's employed, I can use my car for a hack. I can be a taxi driver, which is nothing but a hack, but I'm picking up passengers. So it's a driver's number one. It says one who's employed. So if you're employed, I could be driving my own vehicle to transport people, like a chauffeur. That's what it is. So if you're conducting any kind of business like that, yes, you become a driver. And then you have passengers, because now passengers pay a fare. This is what the motor vehicle law said.
So, but if you're not operating in a...
You need not have one.
Okay.
You need not have one. Yes, I said it, until they go do the research on it, because they might be looking at it and say, wait a minute, this guy's telling people to go out there not have a driver's license. No, I said go out there and go research this stuff. You know, go buy the motor vehicle law. Now, this is talked about the encumbrance on a certificate of title, right? And remember I told you this is on there. It says the term encumbrance has the distinguished from and considered to be broader and more comprehensive than the term lien. However, the term lien is sometimes used as synonymous with the word encumbrance on the property where there is neither just in re nor rem nor possession of a property. So what are they saying? The word lien is basically an interest in the property, but encumbrance can mean your title to your car, let's say your house, which is land and tenant, because if you read the certificate of title, it's also on it too. It talks about that inside there, but it's always in small print. So read every little small print that you see and look up everything that's on there. Every little small print, and research these things. When I was showing your father the title on registration, they had that thing in small print and people just signed it. Oh man, I own my car. Now I just showed you how you don't own your car. Your registration is not ownership. Certificate of title is not ownership. So how do you own your car? You can never own the car, but you can have interest in it though. You cannot own it, you can just have interest in it. That's all everybody has, you know, they can get interest. You don't own your car, that's why they can take it, do what they want. If that be the case, you'll be filing complaints with the state attorney general about racketeering and, like I said, larceny and highway robbery.
Tell them how can they own the car?
The lien. You have to put a lien against it. It's on a certificate of title. I just showed two titles. I showed the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and I showed New York's title. Both of them, it actually will tell you. It's right there. That you got to read, you have to read.
Hold the title up again.
This one right here. This is Pennsylvania. And where I do it? New York's title.